and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-gender or age-related pronouns. Welcome back. We're going to do something a little different today, where I'm going to just build while we actually talk about stuff. We're doing things a little different. Let me get a nice big clear space. I don't know what's going to happen. We're doing things a little different just because the last few videos I really wasn't enjoying myself doing. I was putting off doing this one, but because, I really wasn't looking forward to it, which is kind of sad, really, if I'm not enjoying my own content. But, so that's why we're doing things a little differently. You adapt. Hopefully I'm not talking too low right now for you guys to hear me. But yeah, so this series can't talk, sorry, was supposed to be more or less like an actual discussion series. That's why it's called Let's Talk About. And what happened was because I'm new to YouTube and I'm terrible at commentary, I made super scripted stuff. Yeah, making an H-frame house, by the way, if you can kind of see that. Or no, it's an H floor plan, or an I floor plan. It turned into a super scripted drone fest where I was just like, and then you place this block, and then you do this, and if you make this circle this way, and it really wasn't what I was going for, so I thought I'd just try the free flow kind of thing, see what you guys think. And if we're going to talk about, actually what we're going to talk about, which is Tudor style houses, which was another thing that was difficult. Me saying Tudor and trying not to giggle. Lots of takes because of that. And this is the first time where I didn't giggle like a little girl on the first time. Let's go over some of the features, for building specifically in Minecraft. You'll notice I have these, big areas, but that's because these big areas. That's because, if you have smaller areas, like I had this set up, and you go to put wool in, or whatever you're going to use as a color, you actually have a lot of timber for the amount of wool. And by the way, these are called timber frame houses. It's just, it's not really appealing. I mean, it could work. I mean, if the bottom down here had a lot more, like a bigger area or whatever, it wouldn't look so bad. But that's why you see a lot of times Minecrafters have something like, this, because you get the full effect. It get really, in an actual building, it gets really detailed and it has arches and stuff all over, and you can do that, but you had to build bigger and bigger, and I'm more into, believe it or not, quantity over quality when it comes to my towns. I like my towns to be large and in charge. The reason why a lot of builders really like the Tudor style for Minecraft is because it is so easy to get a theme going with them. There's several things that you can change in each build. Excuse me while I close my door. There's several things that you can change in each build that as long as you keep one or two characteristics the same, it'll look cohesive. It'll look like a town that came from the same era, and it'll look pretty good. Like one of the things is you could have the whole town have these spruce wood timbers. You don't have to use spruce. I use spruce and oak, and spruce. But you can use whatever you like. Jungle and birch, of course. If you're doing vanilla Minecraft, which is what I try to make most of my builds here on. I am on a Tech World 2 server, so I mean, I have lots of different wood. Anyway. And, you know, I don't think it looks classical, but if you're going for like I don't know, just your own fantasy style theme where you just want it to be different than everybody else's. Like birch, I'd probably more or less use it as a inside color, but actually that don't look half bad. Do whatever you want to do. I'm not your dad. Same, and then like there's other cohesive things like you could have different timbers, but you just make them all white. And looks good. And you can have different styles and stuff like that if they're all white and it looks, like a fairly good town. You can throw in some gray, give it like that older color, like it's been around for a little while. Browns and stuff like that work really well too. Or you could even do red. Actually, I'm thinking this might look pretty good. You know what? I love it. I think that's great. I think that's what we use on the build over here. But yeah, or you could just go with similar size buildings, similar styles, and do them all different colors. Doesn't matter. But what I'm doing today is just kind of showing you the creative process I have. A lot of times I'll be doing I'll just be doing my build straight on survival. For a couple reasons. Is sometimes my builds are so large that I don't want to do them twice. Even if creative mode is twice as fast, that's still time that I want to be putting into it. So I just figure out the layout I want, put in the logs or whatever I'm going to use, and kind of build up from there. Another reason is I work buildings into the landscape a lot, which, I'll have to get more into fairly soon. That's actually something I probably should have done before going straight into a specific style of house. Because, flat is boring. Am I right, guys? Okay, now I've offended women. I'll see who else I can get on my list as we go. And so anyway, I forgot what I was getting at. Oh yeah, the build style, and I think I already said like some of them are too large. I don't want to do them twice. I probably already laughed at that. But yeah, a lot of the stuff's so simple it doesn't matter, and plus if I misplace a block, I got like a pickaxe with 500 enchantments on it, so it's not a big deal. But let's talk about this build in particular. Why H floor plan houses were so popular is because, well, first of all, every single room in it, like even if this was like two rooms wide, which I'm not gonna do. Sorry, gonna be way too big. Both rooms, all the rooms, like this room right here would have access to the outside through this wall and this wall, and even if there was a room right here, it'd still have one wall out, and all the rooms could have windows for natural light. The middle here would be a common area, dining room, living room, maybe the living room over off to the side, kitchen off into the other side. More public people could come in, and they would only be exposed to one small part of your house, and feel welcome at the same time. And then these wings and stuff, especially upstairs, would be your I want to say living quarters, but that sounds too formal. Your bedrooms and stuff, and then the second floor would have like not a staircase, a walkway that goes across. You might have a staircase on both sides, or one, maybe a spiral case in the middle, which is a good centerpiece for discussion and stuff like that. And stuff like that. Just had a deep, meaningful conversation and stuff like that. But yeah, so, some of the cons of an H-style house. I'm still kind of reading cliff notes I made for what I wanted to talk about. I'm missing half of them, but that's fine. It's supposed to be more of a discussion anyway. But the cons of one of these style houses, I could probably, afford to not go layer by layer, is it for how much square footage there is in one of these houses, it takes up a lot of land. And like even if you took this wall out and just moved it forward, you add like that whole chunk of living space, and you're actually getting rid of 2 walls worth of materials. I mean, you might need some supports, maybe a wall in the middle for the inside, not for the inside but for the middle all the way up. So it's really not efficient, and it takes up a lot of space. But that's just something. There's no perfect building. You'll see these a lot in like ritzy neighborhoods and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a building style still used today a lot. The H floor plans were used more rurally. I'm trying something out here. Were used more rurally. Probably should take a note of when I started this. Just because they took up a lot of space. In downtown Fantasyville, you'd see more like this. Like this would actually kind of be a shop or something like that, with an apartment upstairs for whoever owned it. And then you'd see like over here, like a house that went here, and then there'd actually be a house right beside that, and they'd all look pretty similar. But they'd be long, and so they'd all get a little street space, and you still get like a decent amount of living space, but it could be crammed in a more urban type development. The reason why a lot of the rural area used the H and E frame is because it's actually a leftover from a previous era, and because it's cheaper to actually, let's leave that out. Right. It's cheaper to renovate a house than it is to build a brand new one. It was pretty popular. And plus, while you're renovating a house, you can do it a piece at a time. You don't have to pay for the whole thing at once, which is always good for the money strapped. What else I want to talk about? Oh yeah, other features. I think I already talked about the timber frames here. Let's talk about, and if I didn't, they're a theme thing. Talking about overhangs like this one here. I like doing the small overhangs because if you get too big out, they kind of look ridiculous. You can go further out the bigger the build is. Ooh, it's a bat. Of course, if you have a long one, you just add supporty stilts and still looks structurally sound. Same thing with this, with a big lofty overhang, structurally sound. And oriel windows, mentioned last time, are just kind of bay windows that don't reach the ground. And same thing, I did that little support thing up through here. They're actually That's actually a build style thing that was stolen from the Dutch. But before I start boring you with another history lesson on architecture that you didn't ask for, I'll stop now. Which is something I was trying to do, was like sneak in history and geometry and stuff like that into my videos. Actually, I'm gonna try something here. History and geometry and stuff into my videos, which, you know, I could probably still do in the future, but we'll talk about that later. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, what I want to do with the channel itself. Yeah, I'm going all over the place here, rambling a little bit, but I like Minecraft. I want to keep doing Minecraft stuff. I know it's a little antiquated, but it's a creative outlet for me, and I'm halfway decent at it. And I like showing off my stuff, and you know, I'm gonna keep doing it. You can't stop me. You're not my dad. If this is the front, I might want to do something else with it, but let's keep going. What was I getting at? Oh yeah, I'm gonna start doing other stuff. I'll probably do some like let's plays and stuff like that. Probably like a Minecraft survival let's play, because that's why I usually play, is survival anyway. Like, as you can see in like my server updates and stuff like that, I play on a server with some friends and family. But I want to do some like old school game let's plays. I've really had a hankering to play the old Game Boy Zelda games, Link's Awakening, Oracle Seasons, Oracle of Ages. They're some of my favorite Zelda games, which is like, that's narrowing it down. Some of my favorites. Link's Awakening is at least top 3 for mine. You know, being nostalgia fanboy here, but you know, it was the first one I ever beat. I didn't really understand the plot at the time. You know, when I did beat it, I was just a dumb kid. But like now, like whenever I go back through and replay it, you know, the plot is amazing. It's the best one. Even the people who are like, you know, Majora's Mask had a good plot. And, you know, it was decent. It's probably like number 2. Probably gonna get a few people like in the comments like, Ocarina of Time, best game ever, all aspects, including plot. And like, I don't know. I just ticked off Ocarina of Time fanboys. Don't get me wrong, it's one of my favorites. Like I said, they're all one of my favorites. It's like trying to choose my favorite not existing child. Rambling on a little bit about this. What was I getting at? Oh yeah. So I'll be doing like let's plays and stuff like that. And also, I'm trying to open up a discussion now with what you guys want to see. I'm always asking that. Doing kind of a bay window thing here. Yeah, that looks good. You know, I'm always saying like, what do you guys want to see next? But no, seriously, if you guys want to see something that you don't really see that often, that you think I might be able to help with, like, no, that I might be able to fill, you know, let me know. I'll see what I can do for you guys. And also, let me know if you like kind of more of this free talky kind of style to these things, where I'm being more open and honest and less scripted. Probably getting way too long on this video, so I'm going to end it off soon. I'm not going to do like a full build. Like I said, just trying to get you... trying to show you my creative process a little bit. Oh, something I like to do with these. Like, you can do this. You know, that adds some character. Whoops. You know, but... what if you did this? Huh? 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 You like? You can do that the whole way around. I think it really adds something that you probably don't see too much in most builds. There you go, and then you can kind of see the wood in there. Stop laughing. We're all adults here, except for Tim. And I think that'll about do it. Like I said, throw in the comments. Talk about the house. Talk about what you'd like to see in the future. Talk about how stupid, annoying I am, and stuff like that. The discussion's open for pretty much everything, except let's say politics and religion. Those usually don't end well. We could talk about why I don't talk about politics and religion, but I'm pretty sure you guys can already figure that out. And until next time, keep your stick on the ice.